इश्क है खफा, इश्क है सफा, इश्क है अदा, इश्क है सदा, इश्क है कदा, इश्क है किसकी खता लागे लुभानी, खींचे बेवजह वो मैं डरूं, थोड़ा मोड़ा झूठा मूठा डांटूं से रूठ काहे झूलूं, आर चूमूं सार लब के कुल ये रख लूं थोके उसके छोके उसका होके। हाँ वफा इश्क है खफा, इश्क है सफा, इश्क है अदा, इश्क है सदा, इश्क है कदा, इश्क है सांसें भीनी भीनी है, बातें सारी झीनी है, यादें हीनी मीनी है, इश्क है फुर्सत फुर्सत खस्ते में, आंखों आंखों रस्ते में, धड़कन धड़कन दस्ते में, इश्क है हर वफा, इश्क है हर खफा, इश्क है हर सफा, इश्क है हर नफा, इश्क है हर रदा, इश्क है हर सदा, इश्क है।
तुझको जो है चाह क्या बता, मेरी खता बेगुनाह मासूम दिल यारा दीवाना है बेवजह।
तेरी मेरी दोस्ती है नशीली रात सी, इसमें थोड़ी दिल लगी घड़ियां है बस लगी, और थोड़ा इंतजार है, चुटकी भर प्यार भी है।
बेपना तुझको जो है चाह क्या बता, मेरी खता खामखा तुमको ही सोचता, चाहता है दिल रहूं तुमको ही देखता, यूं ही रह जा रे नजरों के आगे।
बेकाबू होके मन क्यों ये भागे, मंजिल कहाँ क्या इसको पता, पंखों।
Alright guys, good to really see you all finally together. So probably the first question about Foreign Flames. So where did the flame come from? As to why is it flames? And I was kind of expecting a romantic story. So what's it about?
It started like 2 years before we started shooting. Actually, this particular story came from various true incidents happened all over in Victoria. We gathered from various articles and we thought to take one. My co-writer Siddharth, we decided to make one true, real story kind of thing. Then there's few things happened in Melbourne especially, and then a particular story we picked out and we worked on the script over the period of 1 year, and then we were looking for a right title, Initially the title came like this, it's a good incident, and we thought to make first feature film. Then we added a FF folder, and then we started the whole project, so completely we written 110 pages, and we were not having a title at all. Then we are looking at, we are in the foreign land, and then the story is about actually the truth. So everybody go through the truth. And then we looked at foreign truth, the kind of thing. And then we realized actually flame is always talks truth. Whether it burns out, it gives so then we thought it is more reasonable to have that foreign flame. And then flame also related the story. So yeah, that's the way it started. But it's a good journey, and we met a lot of people, and we gone through the process. And then why it is it's not totally a romantic story. It is not. It's a crime thriller. It's a thriller based on through a couple of incidents we go through in real life here in as a being abroad, and then every NRI life go through some process here and faces some stress, anxieties, tensions, and we all captured it from student life to up to married life. And then it has all elements. It has romance, it has a bit of comedy.
So is it a mainstream, kind of a Bollywood masala? It has all parts
not
of it?
totally. It is, again, we thought to do that way, but we kept into very realistic grounds, and then my co-writer helped me a lot to keep on real grounds.
Right.
Because the stories, it demands certain reality, because it is not a fantasy story. It is happened from the real incidents in life across in Melbourne. So we gathered some data, and so all this around the family is going through, the students going through kind of thing, and we combined together on the realistic grounds.
Cool. So Rishi, is it your first movie that you're acting in terms of probably the length of the movie?
No. I have done, this is my 14th feature film.
Ah, cool.
So I've done few of them, but this is one of the, I would say, the most interesting, and the budget wise as well, and the story as well. This is one of the biggest as well.
So did it jaga pay you very well?
I can't say that. I can't say that.
Disclose that
because there are other actors as well, so I don't want to disclose my amount.
I tried my best.
That's what I can say.
That's
So I'm happily satisfied, so that's what I can
That's
say.
good. That's good.
Still they want to work with me. That's
That's
So you want to work with him for the next project?
We have
So
got
that probably tests the air.
We are now associated with Jaga.
With the
So
film.
I like to films. I will be backing.
That's a good barometer, because if you really want to work with the person or team again, meaning obviously you like the journey, which is good. So for you, you've obviously acted in movies before. So one, if you could kind of take us through in terms of what were the kinds of movies that you're working in the past, and how different is Foreign Flames?
Before, I have done more of, like, I would say, I have done comedy film, I have done romantic films, and one film I just played the villain as well in there. But this one, how it is different is, I'll tell you, this film has got so much graph in my character, because in the film industry we say that every character has to have a nice graph. So my role, it had like ups and downs, so it goes on the peak and then it goes down and then it finishes on the peak as well. So it's a very, very strong role. I was very hesitant to do this role, to be very honest, because it was a very tough role for me.
So when you say it goes ups and downs, is it more an emotional ride, or is it more because
shades of character.
Okay.
So this one has got quite few shades of character, especially my role. This one has got a student life where it's fun, comedy, and then there is a romantic side as well in there, and then there is a serious side as well where you are getting into trouble. Then there is pain in the film that I go through as well, and then I'm causing pain to other people as well, and at the end, so it's negative and then positive. So it starts from positive, goes on negative, and then it ends on positive.
Right.
So it's like a roller coaster ride. It was a very tough role, I would say. It was not easy, because when you see the film, you'll get to know what I'm talking about, because it has got a lot of journey the character has gone through.
Sure. So again, in terms of your character per se, how different was a character like this set up in say Melbourne versus could this character have been set up in Delhi, or would the emotional journey would have been similar, or are there any parts of it which are probably very particular to people living outside India or in Melbourne?
I think this film couldn't be shot in India.
Because
Reason being, maybe little bit you can take the storyline little bit, but not exactly, because जो लड़की का कैरेक्टर है, जो पेरेंट्स फील करते हैं when they marry their daughter overseas, what is their journey as well, and what is the student's journey when he comes from India and try and get settled here, and उसके बाद कैसे उसको किसी से प्यार होता है या कैसे शादी होती है, and how you try and settle in overseas, make your name, and at the same time if things go wrong nobody is there to help you, support you.
right.
So it is definitely, I think it's the right place where you can make the film. So overseas, yes, anywhere you can make it,
Okay.
but not in India.
Again, in terms of character per se, you obviously live that character because you
Yeah.
came from overseas and you can probably were able to connect. Were there any parts of the character that you never were there in your personal life, but was there part of the story, either going through bad patches or romance or breakup? I don't know what part of it is that. So parts of it that you could relate, parts of it that you could not relate to your personal story, but part of the movie.
See, student life we have seen, obviously it was good fun times comedy. It did made me remember of my first film when I did, it was based on students as well. It was very good and funny parts are there, and obviously romance that has been part of our lives as well. So but the part that was bit scary for me, or that did not relate to my personal life, was when there was like big time clash with the wife, or if the guy is getting violent. Because I'm very like bubbly, हंसता खेलता रहने वाला type का मैं लड़का हूँ, but when it comes to the character, it was on very serious side to it. I would say very dark side to the character as well.
So-
That I did not experience before, so that was a bit challenging.
So how are you able to enact that, because you have no other experience to feel or dig deep in terms of how a violent character would behave. So how did you come up with your performance?
See, Jagga helped me a lot. I asked him few times. I said, what are you expecting out of this character? So he used to tell me, okay, ये character की ये journey है, he has feeling this way, मजबूरी में है, and all those things. So he used to give me that situation, and then I used to just sit separately, take my script, and I used to think in my head like what's happening and what's not. If it was me and going through this journey, how it will be. So when you put yourself in that shoes, then as an actor, obviously it does come out. But it takes time to prepare, and we got the script way earlier.
Right.
So then we rehearsed everything, and the dialogue when it used to come naturally. So it took us quite a bit of time.
Right.
उसको character में आने के लिए, but it was good. It was intense, I would say. It was intense, definitely.
Right. Very good. And how about you, Murli? I mean, in terms of everybody would aspire to be a lead hero character, but you started being an anti-hero. So
Look, my
looks.
character made me look, made me
more menacing than okay.
Exactly. So, first place, I'd like to thank Jagga for giving me the opportunity playing a
A bad guy.
second lead role, I would say. A special cop,
All right.
which was my dream character. I worked in few movies back in India, in Telugu movies,
Right.
like a small character roles.
Right.
I always dreamt like playing a cop role. So basically, I met Jagga over here three and a half years ago, 4 years ago, yeah. So
So how about that? The moment you saw him, you thought, I can pick him as a villain. Is that how it was?
In Ishq Forever, he played the friend role.
Okay.
And then at the time, I thought, kind of.
He has that body.
Because in previous in Telugu film, one of the, I think Janjala film, or he did a comedy kind of role.
Okay.
Railing in Narasimha.
Railing in Narasimha now, it's and then
Yeah, and so you worked with him as well.
Yeah, he
Working with Philip
was
with him. Oh, okay.
with him.
Pretty
already.
good. Pretty good.
So this is my basically I would say
third or fourth, yeah.
seventh feature film,
All right.
but full-fledged I would say Foreign Flame is my full-fledged.
Full-fledged movie. Okay.
Around 40 minutes screen time in this one, maybe in that one 10-20 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
So those was comedy. treatment, and
Right.
forever we tried a friend kind of role.
Right.
A serious kind of
And,
role.
Right.
And this is
Got more serious.
intense, intense
yeah.
movie. So
He has a talent, and both has talent. Rishi has excellent talent. Every
with Jaga's guidance and script,
That
it went really
that
well.
what it
And we
is.
are really waiting for the movie.
Right.
I don't know when the movie will be released, but we are eagerly waiting.
Right.
Everyone are waiting.
Right. So tell me a little bit more about, obviously without giving away too much of the movie. So what's your character about? How does it shape? And what are the shades we get to see of you in the movie?
Basically, my character is about playing a cop.
Right. A good
special
good cop or a bad cop?
I won't reveal that.
Oh, it changes. Okay.
It changes to
That's
good
part of
and
the-
bad, and
that's part of the
it's
movie.
got variation
Right.
as well. So yeah, so I basically play a good. So basically, it's a special cop. I do some investigation, and I try to be a. There's a romantic side in my character as well. So
Right.
I try to. I would say flirt with the heroine and try to impress her, and yeah, basically that's
cool.
about it.
So from your role standpoint, well, obviously you read the script before the movie anyway. So were there any parts that were never you? Meaning, this is not something that I could connect personally because you never had that either experience or have seen anyone doing that.
Yeah, basically I'm from South Indian,
Right.
as Jagai everyone knows. So language was a bit barrier for me.
Right.
But then Rishi always tried to help me with his Hindi, and always try to on the shot as well. He always tried to correct me when I was going wrong.
Okay.
And then I used to make changes and then try to give my shot.
Okay, how, because Jaga also comes from the southern part of the subcontinent, so how native the movie is to probably a Hindi belt, meaning minus the dialogues obviously, but I think, is it very native or?
No, actually, to be very honest, this story is for everyone.
Right.
It is a film for parents who have got a daughter. It's for the people, students, I would say, who are living overseas, or it is for the girls who have married and came here. And we know in our Indian community, most of the people who are here, they are either students or they married and came here. Hardly maybe 1% will be the one they will be getting direct PR from India and coming here.
Sure.
You know what I mean? So I think everybody is going to relate to it. So it's not like कि साउथ की पिक्चर है कि हिंदी है कि पंजाबी है.
Right.
इसमें सब कैरेक्टर्स हैं. देयर इज साउथ के कैरेक्टर्स हैं क्योंकि कॉप तो कोई भी नेशनैलिटी का हो सकता है.
Sure.
स्टूडेंट्स तो सारे मिक्स होते हैं. सो हमारी फिल्म में भी एक पंजाबी स्टूडेंट है, एक पाकिस्तानी स्टूडेंट है और एक इंडियन एक दिल्ली का है.
Right.
सो लाइक दैट. एंड जो in-laws हैं वो सिख फैमिली. सो इट्स अ मल्टी कल्चरल. सो इट्स फॉर एवरीवन. सो इट्स नॉट फॉर वन पर्टिकुलर कम्युनिटी. इट्स फॉर एवरीवन फिल्म बेसिकली.
Right.
So, but yes, we are releasing it in 6 languages basically. So it's Tamil, Telugu, Hindi, English, and French and Spanish as well. Because
cool.
the film has been already gone to the distributor, so they will be dubbing it in different languages as well.
So are you doing dubbing for any of the other languages other than Hindi or the main?
I wish I could do it. I would have done Gem Ishmael. But I would have done
Telugu and Tamil is
Telugu and Tamil.
Telugu is what we're doing, okay?
This script actually we written first in Telugu,
And then translated to
I
Telugu.
remember that.
and then due to various reasons, then it
So,
was for family.
what were the reasons why you wanted to make a Telugu movie and then it
Hindi.
became a Hindi movie?
Then we rewrote it into Hindi.
Okay. Any reason? Because is it more a catchment?
Because the content is for everyone.
Much, okay.
Rather than stick to one region and one regionalize in various aspects.
Right.
And it is to
Wide audience.
wide out because the content is very wide and it has to reach to
Sure.
all the people who come from our subcontinent to newer place, and then it is like a touch, like gentle touch, like hey, this is the realities here.
Yeah.
That's it. That's what I want to tell.
Right.
And my co-writer helped me in that note.
Right.
This film has to, give some kind of reality check. So in student life, this is going on, and then in newlywed couple going through this, and the social aspects on top of their personal life is causing all these things. It's kind of simple awareness.
So how different is it to a Karan Johar portrayal of NRI?
Karan Johar, NRI, they are dramatizing more.
Right.
But we kept on.
more close to reality.
It's more.
And
I wanted few scenes to be dramatic, but it
There was a conflict between me and on the script level and as an emotional and the delivery level and him also. We were debated 3 hours. We shut the
You kind of
shooting,
settled.
we paused the shooting and debated. And then,
So what were the debates about? Do you want to make it
climax it was
more glam?
See, the thing is that because he is the director, so it's his vision, right?
Right.
So I had to portray what is in his mind. I'm his mirror of his mind, basically. That I have to portray in front of the camera. But one scene there was that I wanted it to be a bit more dramatic, I would say,
Right.
because the guy has gone through a lot of pain and he wants to take that way,
Right.
the revenge that way. But again, because it is a realistic film, the guy in normal life could do so much. He
Right.
cannot go and beat 10 people like Salman Khan or somebody else.
Sure.
So basically that kind of a thing. So I wanted it to go a little bit grander level, whereas he want not just let's keep it more realistic to it. And then when I saw the whole film, when we went to US now,
yeah, we
and that time I saw the whole film, and that time I was like, nah, this suited well. So that's what I'm saying. So it's his vision and his story and his baby. So we were following that. So that time, but he convinced me straight away that time only. It took 3 hours.
So we debated.
Or if I'm the director, you better do what I say.
Basically, good thing about Jaga is
not like
No,
that.
no.
So
Yeah.
I listened what is their input,
Right.
because he was involved deeply into that character, and when that moment we lifted up the climax scene, he was already
In that
attached to
character.
that character because we traveled 6 months. I personally traveled with that,
Right.
and then the things happened in that particular life, and he wanted to take immediately as a human being, realistically take a revenge on that.
Right.
And then I'm okay. If we set up in Indian panoramic landscape, that kind of revenge story is fine. But we set up here,
Right.
and 90% of the story is going on day to day,
Right.
realistic base, day
So
to
you
day.
can't
And
even-
then all of a sudden you peak the emotion.
Right. You don't burst out.
You don't bust out, kind of fight, and you kick kind of 10 people, but not that level. But his aggression was high.
Right.
And then we given simple, a gun and just I want to.
You want to show that emotion coming out, not the result per se, but I think
Yeah, you
to
want to
express.
show that 2 minutes.
Tussle, basically there was no tussle, and the more because see, like in real life as well, if somebody goes through some emotions, everybody reacts differently,
Right.
So maybe if it is you will react maybe more simply or soberly than somebody who is in my shoes. Maybe I will go more crazy.
Sure.
It depends on the character.
But
So
it's
that's
more
why
about
people
that.
having it.
How would that character would have responded
Yes.
at the point
So
of
then,
time?
Yeah. So that's why.
me and my cinematographer try to set up the scene particular way
Right.
that it touched the reality as it here. If the same scene we set up in India, of course, yes.
It would have been much more
Big
dramatic.
rain,
Drama,
10 fightings and 100 people. That requires that one, like a Bahubali. kind.
Right. And again, coming from all of us coming from the subcontinent where the movies are larger than life and way more dramatic, etc., etc. Obviously, lifestyle out here is much more subdued for various reasons. Obviously, because you're coming to a different land and hence you're not yourself straight away. You go through a bit of struggles or whatever to settle down, and then probably even if you're an aggressive self, it takes time for that aggression to come out. So, were those characters to start with were not as aggressive as they otherwise would have been in a different setup, meaning if someone is actually coming from a different place from India, whatever, the moment you land here you don't go all over the place and be cranky or
True, it
whatever.
takes time.
So you're more subdued, you kind of get used to it, and that's when it kind of picks up.
True.
So were there all characters like that?
Yeah, it is starts with it is particular simple, sober, and lifestyle. Everybody set up in their own world,
Right.
and then it takes. To say another way around, it is the foreign film again. Why we placed that when we started the project, me and co-writer, we stated that folder called FF. It is a flashback film actually.
Okay.
I can reveal this much. So we wanted to try a technique that I mean we are learning as a film student, you know. So then we want to try. I want to try. So that how can I keep a reality and flashback within
Together.
Intact.
together within 1 minute, 2 minutes, the flashback comes and the reality comes.
Right.
Then this is the way we wanted to tell the story. That's why FF we played the first feature film and flashback film. You know. Then it developed that way. Until I watched in America along with 250 people, I was kind of, you know, question mark whether this film
Would be
will
received
reach,
well or-
because I'll go to flashback and come back to reality again.
Right.
Are they following, like, you know?
Right.
And gladly I would say that people, they were so much involved in that film that was surprised. We were surprised, literally surprised that people till end moment they were sitting
They were
on the
there.
chairs and the tongues went like this. Literally.
And they were hating and swearing on him because the art goes like that. He starts as a bad person,
Like
he ends as a good person. And then people were, you know, giving words along the way of the story.
Oh, okay.
Oh, why this guy is behaving like that? Why he is not unable to do these things? Why it's like that?
So
Then
people were able to connect straight away, which
immediately,
is
that's
great.
the thing. I realized. Oh, we thought is whether it's a question mark to work or not. Then straight away I messaged to my writer Siddharth. I'm a co-writer. We written together. You know, man, this film is being received very well. And then, you know, so hopefully it will reach to more number of people, and at least you know, so,
Excellent.
and they watch it and they see the life as it is happening. Not only in Australia. I mean, we placed in Melbourne, but it's related to every NRI. I would say it is appropriate name will be NRI story.
Right, right. And one question that I have, I mean, so this probably is a story revolving more about perhaps of the Indians, and that's where we all come from. Would a story like this be something very similar to any student coming from a different place to
Obviously,
land
yes.
up?
That's what we were discussing in the team was like, if we set up completely in English,
It still would work.
it will work.
100% work.
Because
Is that why you are now translating into Spanish and
French as well.
French as well? So you think people...
yes, I
The
mean,
distributors, they want to release it there
Alright.
because the scope and the culture is so strong in the movie that they
Right.
can release it in different languages.
Alright, cool.
And that is the reason it is going to be dubbed in other languages.
So was that your decision or the distributor's
No,
decision?
it is their decision. My
Yeah.
everything was their decision. Only my decision was to get into mother tongue.
Alright.
Telugu.
Original language where the story written first. Then I want to.
Right.
I remember when he
so
sent me the script, that time it was in Telugu and he told me. And I'm like, "Jagga bhai, ye kya likha hai?"
we actually rehearsal.
Half of the story was in Telugu.
Alright.
Telugu mein tha tha.
Yeah, we practiced in Telugu, you know, before
First time,
6 months before the movie.
So, is there any part that is kind of very close to Telugu nativity, or it has other than obviously the language, but or the dialogues or mannerisms?
The story is much a realistic story. So
Right.
It can relate to all
Anywhere.
Anyone,
Yeah.
anyone. So it just happened to be written in Telugu, but not
Yeah.
focused on.
Yeah, because life is weak. I mean, it is not kind of fantasy story or anything.
Right.
It is happened. Like everybody, if anybody watching person living here, not in abroad,
Right.
they will relate to immediately in
Straight
scene
away.
itself. Straight away, because the setup is like that.
Right.
The first few words, dialogues comes like that outside of the country. What's happening, you know?
Right.
So the student comes with a hope
Right.
to have settled here. That first dialogue itself, it seems like, oh,
I was there not long, just about few years
going to
ago.
visa office.
to engage
When I
towards
was going to
the-
visa office or when I'm getting a flight, my the initial one thought was to go and settle there. That's it.
Right.
Then they try to watch.
Right.
See, it's a very simple thing. When you are in India, your friends are there, right? So when they want to come out and you are here, you will tell them all the drama in the world. Oh, this is very good. This. But you don't tell them
Yeah,
actually what you go through
Their
in your
reality.
school life.
Yeah,
See,
exactly.
you work in petrol pump, you work in McDonald's when you are student,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
You do all those things, right? But you don't tell your friends in the start who wants to come here, right? You'll say, no, it's awesome, and this and that, यहाँ पे बहुत अच्छा है, सब कुछ है. But वो जब यहाँ आते हैं, then the story starts. This all is good, But you got to work.
Yeah,
as
so you
well.
have to go through
You have
all
to
that.
make your way up. You can't just land there.
Straight away.
So that's the whole. So it's
And one more thing we depicted in this one, the newly couple
Newly couple.
deals with the system also.
Right.
The typical system setup in abroad other than
Right.
India. So how the system
works here as well.
works here and how their lifestyle on them and what are the influences, how they go through it.
Right.
And one more thing, how the newlywed couple deals with themselves
Right.
Yeah.
inside their life.
There's an emotional ride.
Emotional
Between
ride.
any wedded couple anyway.
Yeah,
Set
so
up in a
it
different
connects
place.
to that married people also immediately. Oh, I was there that way,
Yes.
and the treatment was there like this way.
Right.
So and then the deals with that. Oh, I was literally behaving that way because then we'll show other art like, oh, this is due to the background of experience. So
Sure.
end of the day, it gives the reality check like, oh, I was certain way, and the incident was certain ways, kind of.
Right. So what are the key, say, I would say, highlights of the movie in terms of, is it set up for an Indian way? You have a story that leads up to an interval highlight, and then after that, you probably follow up from that, or is it one continuous movie like probably an English movie where you start and then you finish?
I would say actually it definitely has a graph. So it takes you to the peak. Your curiosity is to the peak during the lunch, and after that slowly things starts to unfold.
Right.
Like I mentioned earlier that when we released the film in US, that time also people were glued on their seats for like till the end.
Right.
So वो curiosity रहती है कि हो क्या रहा है. So that is still building up. और ऊपर जाने के बाद लास्ट में जो झटका मिलता है, that is last 15 minutes maybe, that's when
It unfolds and
झटका लगता है तब, oh ये कैसे हुआ?
right.
So that's the whole story about. So it doesn't definitely have a graph like any other movie. They have the graph, and so I think it is pretty interesting and pretty interesting movie जो लोगों को hold करके रखेगी अपनी सीट पे.
So is it, I know you said it's a thriller, but is it more a crime thriller, emotional thriller? Crime thriller.
And then goes like interrogation. So every scene has that hook in it.
Okay.
So for example, if you watch first 20 minutes, and every 5 minutes has a hook also, like, oh, what's going on, because it's go back, it starts from today and the life being
So it basically revolves around all the characters.
all
Right.
the characters
Yeah.
and individual.
Yeah.
And the press point is the movies, songs of the movie as well.
I was going to come to that name.
Melodious songs,
I
beautiful songs. Usually, good story with good music is very rare combination. But this movie has good music as well, along with a good storyline.
बेपनाह तुझको जो है चाह क्या बता मेरी खता बेगुनाह मासूम दिल यारा दीवाना है बेवजह
तेरी मेरी दोस्ती है नशीली रात सी इसमें थोड़ी दिल लगे घड़ियां है बस लगी और थोड़ा इंतजार है.
And I saw some of the visuals of the songs. Brilliant.
different, yeah.
So was there any particular influence of your visualization of songs?
The team basically, the Mark has done good work, and another Conrad and then Victor, they contributed a lot.
So was there any special setup that you had, or is it more natural? Okay, as you went there and
more natural and kind of, because the song is part of that
part of the narrative.
part of the narrative also. So
Oh.
we read, and then music director from Hyderabad, the Rishi, again another Rishi. Two Rishis, it's kind of they are meditative state always for me.
So is there any dancing around trees in these songs? No.
We have a club song. We have a club song as well in this movie.
So is it more an item song or no? It's not.
No item song, but it's kind of partying song when the girlfriends
Friends and together,
Right.
yeah, so all friends together they have a party and it's kind of club song. It's pretty good peppy song as well. So
Yeah, it is kind
But
of.
coming back to your question, there is some dancing around the tree. So I've done that, but
Because he has seen that Ahania song. In
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
That's what I
And visually, it's beautiful.
Beautiful.
Visually, it's
Yeah,
beautiful.
dance wise,
Yeah,
we practice much. We did a lot of practice.
So it's more of, see, it's about the bonding.
Right.
It's not about going with 10 people behind you and dancing with you. So it's not like Bollywood, but it is more of your imagination with the girl, whatever. So whosoever is there, in your imagination, why you want to have 10 people there anyways?
Yeah, exactly.
That's my point. Everyone dancing the same step, same step,
It's not
same
like that.
dancing.
Everyone are enjoying their own.
बॉलीवुड फिल्म में जब हीरो कभी कुछ एक सपना देखता है 10
मेरा सपना में कुछ हो सकता है।
वो मैंने ये समझ नहीं लिया 10 लड़के क्यों नाच रहे हैं नीचे
It's not a
मेरा
music
सपना है should be
concert.
me and my heroine, that's it.
Yeah.
So that's the point, but anyway, that's everybody has their own what do you call
That's
creativity.
Jaga's vision. That's what
creativity.
Jaga wanted to have.
Right. So it's very, I mean,
Because the heroine is dreaming of that sequence.
Right.
When
So
on her marriage,
yeah.
so she will be having a little bit of Bollywood influence because she newly came.
you still go to a fantasy world. I mean,
Yeah.
you can't.
No, this question is actually appropriate because the story goes like in as we discussed of realistic
Realistic.
style, and then when the songs comes, how come?
Right.
Because the reason being in the subtext was the girl comes just from India.
Right. So
Yeah.
she's still in that fantasy
in
world
that
as to.
fantasy. And then we move forward. There is another bit of rap song, and then we have bit of Hindi and English. He is dreaming,
Right.
and that has a different setup.
Right.
Yeah.
And then there is another monologue,
The emotional
like,
song
emotional
as well.
song is by himself. That is set up in real. There is no dreaming.
Right. And again, I think most of what I gather now, like most of the characters are or rather have been picked up from almost real life.
Real life,
But
yes.
how real is the story? Meaning, is it something that kind of the base story is picked up from a group of incidents and then you weaved around it, or the characters are almost real, but the story is totally
Story is also it's happened true story of
Okay.
the incidents.
right.
And then the interrogation scene also similarly, all from true incident. But about the songs and all,
Inspired from true events, if I can put it that way.
Yes,
Yeah.
and the songs and all, it kind of another emotional aspect. Sometimes we cannot deliver with one dialogue.
Right.
So rather than that, we extended a bit to emotional
Yeah.
way and attachment way, so that the girl is dreaming and he's dreaming. So sometimes in the film arc, some emotions we can tell better way in song.
In visuals than
Yeah.
Bollywood masala.
And rather than
Where comes the Bollywood masala? You know?
there are films in Korea, there are films in French.
Yeah.
They do have some, and in
Yeah.
Hollywood also a lot of songs in goes in between, like Titanic song. Some emotions we cannot put through the dialogues. So we throw some music and then music director put the
music, whatever.
and he will come with the emotions and people attach. So that is the reason.
Then you have something.
Yeah, and 80% film goes in English.
Right.
And then I got many questions. Even my crew also questioned me.
Why
Hey
you
man, this 90% you're going through, a lot of English dialogues. Why you just throw? And a lot of my friends after releasing the song, they, hey, in Australia, there are songs like India, and they're saying that why actress has on sari. Oh, they adore the saris there. They thought it's completely in English. And when I show in America, and they're saying that actually they think I am English filmmaker.
Right.
They haven't seen the film, so
Basically, the frames of the movie looks like a Hollywood movie.
Right.
Yeah. So every frame and every take, it's just looks like a Hollywood movie.
Right. And then was there any, maybe I think probably an extension of that is, was there any effort that was put in to make it look richer like a Hollywood movie, but is there a departure from the reality? Because reality might not be as visually brilliant. So,
See, I think songs definitely yes.
songs, yes, yeah.
songs are very vivid
We
anyway.
really
Yeah,
exaggerated a bit, and then film we haven't used any big thick color grades or anything, or we haven't used much VFX or like to give another
Right.
visual content. It when we watch the film, it is set on realistic ground, like a lot of interrogation,
Right.
and then the possibility is the world looks real. I mean, this is the house we shot.
Most of the
70% of
Same setup almost?
same setup.
Oh, really? Okay.
Similarly, we set up today exactly the art direction. Tuti Sharma did similarly.
Okay.
And this statue visible, this sofa visible,
Gravity not
and that kitchen is visible, and most of the stuff visible.
Cool.
Bedroom as well.
So it's basically.
Yeah,
We did shot like. Sorry, go ahead.
I think it's basically the film is very realistic because when it comes to the student life, the way students live,
Right.
चाहे वो निक्कर में बैठे हैं या चप्पल में हैं या whatever, how they are. So
Right.
they don't want to show that कि हाँ ये बहुत superb घर में रह रहे हैं. So जो basic होता है जैसे.
Right.
तो वैसा है and then it is pretty definitely I think movies realistic people will believe that they are in that moment and that situation.
Right.
Definitely. I think.
we
You
have
have to stick to
to.
the street seats.
So you have not used any setup or studio sets and all that?
No, we haven't
Realistic.
that. And in the film, that was no demand for that.
Right.
Also. Only thing we set up was that police station and then kind of
Yeah.
thing, but we did our own way. There were some boundaries, but we did delivered in that range, and some things were not available for us,
Right.
and we created using some stuff. Our art director Stuti Sharma, she arranged very well,
Yeah.
and
She did a fantastic
she
job.
did fantastic. She handled only on with the cardboard one. So wherever we see police officers and we show the background cardboard, and she did amazing, and the badges and stuff like that.
It was very good.
And then some scenes our VFX Charlotte, because we haven't got that vehicles.
Right.
Here is a restriction,
Right. You can.
and we managed to the VFX.
All right.
So even we didn't get the stickers or anything. So
Not to use it.
there was actually one.
My
You can tell, you can tell that.
Ford Falcon was I had a Ford Falcon before.
Right.
White.
Grey, silver card. So
Silver card.
We used
Based on that.
some graphics on it, made into a
And it was flat tires. Actually, it was in front of this home only.
I was not using it. It was just a spare
And
car.
then the cinematographer Mark and full sharp idea, so just we put that one and we shot, and then that VFX guy 3D blocks, and we managed. It was
It really looks
fantastic.
realistic. I know that. I actually
pull it
when
off.
Jaga showed me the visual of that, I thought, oh, where did you get this car?
It was
And then he told me, this is your car, right? This is what we have done, in graphics.
Right.
And it came out really well.
It came out very well. Otherwise, there was no way to do it, because now you are not getting those vehicles.
Sure. So was there any point from your standpoint, Murli, that during the making of the movie that you thought, it probably is not working, or you were not able to either connect or perform or whatever, that you wanted to give up almost?
And see, I'm a single dad. Right?
Or you're being nice to him now, the thing.
No, there was some point of time wherein it was very hard. I have a son, 5-year-old son. Now he's 5 years old. And when we started the movie, it was 3.5. It was hard to manage him during the shoot.
Right.
Someone or the other in the shoot used to take care of him.
AD, the Victor NG,
Victor used to manage him. Daddy,
is from Malaysia.
please keep quiet. I have an issue. He used to. Sometimes he really behaved well,
Right.
and sometimes the kids you can't predict them.
And I think after long hours, we tend to think that we can do nothing.
Same happens to us as well. As kids, So there was one shoot, the last climax scene where we had very intense. It was very intense shoot, and my makeup itself took about 1 hour.
Nearly 2
Nearly
hours.
1.5 hours. So wherein my son was very hungry and he wanted to eat, and I couldn't do anything, and he was so frustrated,
Cracky.
and I had to finish the shoot, and that was I can't take the makeup off, and then we have to finish that scene at any cost on that day. So somehow
Because we borrowed that place, one of my ex-colleagues, Santosh. I thank him very much, because we started at 7 o'clock. He sent the family for
Or movie or whatever.
they went for movie. They went to park, and we promised this 5 hours. And in the morning we set up, and then that was intense. And we were debating on some. We discussed just now some aspects it took thing, and then AD was giving some input on the location. And the cinematographer was unable to set lights in a certain way, which I want, and then it is like a take and give and take. We were discussing things, And the makeup artist Carla, she was fantastic as FX. She did very fantastic work. She spent 2 hours, but that is.
You see.
She works with me. She's traveling with me since like 5 years, and she always delivers above my expectations.
Yeah.
And we lit the floor and everything ready, and then keep on extending. And the Santosh was, hey. Because he's getting calm from there. He was so patient. I always thank him, And then it was 5:30 in the evening till. We promised we have to go at 11
in the morning, and
supposed to finish at 12.
11 only. We promised we gonna have lunch together.
Right.
It took 5:30.
We had dinner together.
And he was just mixing the coffees and giving it to everyone. And he's getting call from his family also. Hey, how's it? There was 2 films they played in the park, and the kids also
Tired.
and they want to
got exhausted.
finally, so it's with everybody.
And with the change of the script, everyone.
That particular scene, because the way we did the location was different, and then the content again, the team work was involved in there to do in a certain movement changes, because what we planned in a floor plan, that lights were not appropriately not coming the light, and there was staircase, and then we were unable to pan the camera up and down, and then a lot of challenges, and
But as you said, we never gave up. We never gave up.
we did best. That was amazing experience.
Right. So one question more regarding the budget of the movie. I mean, again, you don't have to tell me the numbers, but how difficult was it to decide, saying that, okay, you know what, this is a movie that I'm going to make, and I'm going to allocate X amount to this, because there is always, you can always, if you want to have brighter visual, or you can always kind of push that to get a better product. But so did you set something saying that this is what I'm going to make, whatever comes, or you know what, even if I have to push further up, I would, but I want to get the product the way I would like it to be?
It was a
Look at Jega, he's so happy. He's got his money back from the distributor. So he's got whatever.
Thank you.
And he got an award as well.
He got an award as well. And
So I got an award and rewards also, which is great.
see, in India we got a reward, but in US we got an award for best actor and best director.
Right.
Basically, this is the first feature film. I made reasonable films, but that was just for experience and meeting good people around.
Sure.
Then when the team, the crew, especially me, and all we were traveling since 5 years, 6 years, all we make projects. Then we thought just go along the way, and we were shooting week by week.
Right.
5 days I was planning, and 2 days we were shooting. We continued 17 weekends like that. So whatever the possible way, but it's all good team, good people, and he used to cook here. So we saved that way.
We had barbecue one day.
And barbecue one day, and
He was a good guy in real life, but bad guy in the movie.
yeah, I mean, and then here and there we managed,
Right.
and hopefully
The good thing is
the intention was only one intention: take this idea. That is the way we set it up. We wanted to make in real life. Fantasy we can set it up differently, like we tried in previous films, and then let's try this one and we'll see. And the intention was just take that idea, reach the people and see what is the action and reaction.
Cool.
And then money was never be
Never a
upfront.
factor.
No, actually we never looked at even my team. So far I met great people, and I'm still working with them. Any discussion, the money was when I
Was the last factor.
reached Rishi. He never asked me what is the budget. He never asked what is in to me in like what
we were only keen to know.
and then this guy was never
What you're doing now,
he
then
got
what-
2 fines on his car. Still he paid by himself, and nobody is like
Basically, we all, everyone in the crew, everyone works full time job, and then
Right.
work in the movies over the weekend. So we did work hard
Right.
after work, and then also on the weekends,
yes.
late nights, and next day we go to work, and we did Sundays, Saturdays, no matter which day Jega asked us to come, we were there. And then here as well, we did on the crazy night, like
Yeah, we were here at
in the
2:30.
winter, 1:32 o'clock. We had to finish
We
the
used to
scene.
be here like so long hours, man, like literally.
12 hours.
Before, see, I'll tell you, when we started talking, I was in New Zealand. I used to live there.
Right.
So I shifted here due to Jagga only. So my family and my brothers are here. But
Right.
I came here for 1 weekend, shot, went back. Again he came here, shot, then went back. And after that I was like, okay, no, I'm gonna shift here anywhere. So I was living there. That's what I'm saying. So the journey was so like the film journey was so strong. I would say it was so tough in the start.
Right.
It was not easy for us. And after that, when we came here, everybody was working, and I was new here. So I had my time off though, but I never used to work anyway. So I was like more into film full time.
Right.
So that time I was spending more time with him during the discussion of the script and all those things as well. But then once everything started, I used to praise him. It's not easy to bind 40 to 50 people together at a time, and he has got so much patience. सबको हैंडल करना है, सबको हंस के मिलना है. He's a coolest director, I will tell you. Very cool director, very cool. He's like, he doesn't pressurize you. आपके हिसाब से he will like adjust. So in that way, directors, I have worked with few, so they have their vision. They're very rigid sometimes.
Right.
They don't give you that space that actor needs sometimes. It could be their vision, or it could be just like that. They want to get that way.
Sure.
But with him, it's not that. So he did maintain, and like he was mentioning earlier only that everybody who used to work, तो काम खत्म करके आना है और उसके बाद weekend पे shoot करना है और सब. They used to be moments where it was little bit of a like what's happening, but he used to take it calm, सबको समझा के handle करके and do it nicely. So it was very good of him as well that he had.
We had a good fun, you know. So it's been
No, the team was very good. The whole team was very
my
good.
crew, you know, and the girls who helped me in this project. I mean,
Yeah.
they contributed very much. The actress and co-actresses,
Some-
and the crew, because we are traveling since 7 years. That is a great thing. Co-writer and the editor.
So was it always the plan that you wanted to make a movie and then you could kind of testing it over a period of time? People who
No,
you work with?
actually, I wanted to make a feature film quite
Long time ago.
initially. 2012, I thought, you know, so everybody,
Right.
okay, I can make it. But that I realized, no, let me learn the.
Learn the craft.
It is like a side. It has film. It seems like it's easy, but when we start doing, it is like it's a grammar.
Right.
It like
Yeah.
any language properly you want to write and read, we have to follow certain, you know, arcs and you know the layer. It has also that thing. I realized after 5 years, and then I'm not expert yet, but still
Just you realize it also.
there is, at least I realized it. Oh, it has some. There is a grammar.
Right.
That's what when we see Mani Ratnam film, I adore it. You know, so any film like Steven Spielberg, you know, so Nicholas, they're great people like, you know, so Akira Kurosawa, they have some certain grammar. That's why they became legends. You know,
Yeah.
so any novel if we read, you know, great novels. It took like any
It has a basic structure.
literary
what we call
literate
it.
person can write a novel or anything. Everybody has the capability, but to get that one, there is a grammar for sure. At least I realized after 5 films there is a grammar, but I'm not yet. But I want to pursue that. Let's see.
The
Yeah.
pursuit is always what is important.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Whether you reach the end goal, that's very important. That's great. So when I think probably one question: when are people?
Can see.
When can we see it? When is it being released?
Very
or do you have
soon,
a
very
plan?
soon. So basically, we given to one of the Hollywood distributors.
Right.
He took a rights of this film, so he just called me 2 days ago. We had a conference,
Right.
so they are planning to put in theaters and mostly on all the VOD platforms like Netflix.
Right.
It will come.
So it will be on Netflix.
It will be
Netflix,
basically.
Amazon, and
iTunes,
all possible
Amazon, yeah.
all possible VODs, and it will be released in theaters.
Theaters.
Excellent.
Australia, New Zealand, and mostly in few parts of India also.
Pretty.
And then I dub to complete
Dub into
Telugu.
So was it shot in 4K? Was it?
It
was
is in 4K. No, actually we shot in 5K,
Like okay.
and then we
used it down.
so we down
Dropped it down to 4K.
we shot all the songs and whole film is in 5. We used Red Epic. So
Right, okay.
Yeah.
it was a great experience. So I'm thankful for team who contributed.
Excellent.
And,
Excellent. So when people in Australia are able to watch it in the next few weeks, is that a
No,
assumption?
I think it will take another at least a month. Actually, we thought to put in October, but there is a preparation going on. It is not on my hands anymore. So
Right.
it is.
The film is already gone to the distributor, so it's been
Yeah,
sold already.
Right.
They have got the rights for 12 years now.
Okay.
Actually, yes.
They are the ones who will be putting it in all different countries, including
Platforms.
Australia as well. So they have taken all the rights, excluding the songs though. But
Actually, the
everything
songs are not part of their.
because they are Hollywood
correct.
distributors.
So that's why
We have different
we
idea for
released the
that.
audio, we released one of the video song
Right.
because it is on my control.
Okay.
Even we haven't able to put the teaser out yet because
Because
we
they
need to
are-
obey their rules. And
Right,
they are
right.
planning the possible their market value,
All right.
and they keep on saying that it has a room. So let's.
So will there be one worldwide release and that's about it?
Yes,
or-
yes, it will come from them.
Okay.
So everything is from them. So.
So even the Australian release is also coming
Everything,
from.
Everything. That's why.
So we get to
It
watch
was
it.
too scary. So
You don't have control
not
on
for
when
1
you are
year,
going to release
not
it.
for a year. Actually, it is the contract was 12 years.
Right.
Contract is 12
I mean,
years.
it is.
Yeah, but the good part is that it's gonna release in Netflix, Amazon as well. So that's gonna be there for a while and on Indian televisions as well. So it's gonna reach wider audience rather than अगर हम लोग रिलीज करेंगे, हम लोग एक कंट्री में करेंगे या मेलबर्न में करेंगे या सिडनी में करेंगे,
तो
उसके बाद इंडिया कैसे करोगे या कहीं और
reach will
कैसे
be very
करोगे?
limited in
See,
that
just
sense.
That's why it's all like film strategy that you have
Right.
to go by
Right.
to so that the film can reach wider audience.
Right.
Right. Otherwise, एक बंदा कितनी जगह contact करोगे? So better है just give the person job who does
Someone
the
who does
best.
it for a living.
Exactly.
Someone who does it for a living.
So the
Yeah,
distributor's
well,
job is that. So might as well just give it to them. So they took it from us obviously. So that's why.
Yes, yes, so it's waiting for that.
And that is the reason it is releasing in the other languages as well.
Right. But did you okay? Is India a bigger market for this movie? Is India a bigger market for this movie? In which case, were you looking at distributors more from India, or you straight away went to Hollywood? So why did that happen?
It is our after film complete, we previewed ourselves like a crew and
Yeah.
a few the friends. We watched in theater here in local small the preview theater, and then we looked at actually it is a wider audience for.
Definitely.
But we reached some of the Indian distributors also, and then we got mixed feedback. So the film set up here and 60-70% in English, but it is excellent thriller story. Nobody said they given like a it's a point like out of 5 they said 4.5. Is engaging them 2 hours after
Right.
first
That's
2
good.
minutes, then people are going after 2 years, no question, nothing yet.
Right.
They were saying it's brilliantly done, the thriller,
Right.
but mixed based on the reachability of B center audience, and kind of we were waiting. Then we got call from them, so they looked at in IMDb from my other film Mother Mafia, and then we discussed this one. So then we shared the film with them, and they liked it. And then negotiation started. We took 3 months to decide whether, because it was a long contract.
Man, it was like what 26
Yeah.
pages, something like that.
Contract only, yeah.
That's all the contract, and I'm like, oh
It is
man.
American standards and all.
Yeah.
So it's a
it's
big
just-
contract.
And then we thought to go ahead with them because it has wider audience than the. And then if we put to India market directly, yes, it's only A centers, which is in metro cities, because wherever this NRI connection story, they will relate to it. Because when we go to B center, there is no
They can't relate to it,
melodrama,
right.
there is no item songs and anything.
Right.
But in A centers, of course, yes. But in abroad, it connects to
Everywhere.
beyond the language. It connects to people.
Yeah.
It's beyond the language.
Right. So are you planning to send it to any film festivals, or you haven't thought of it yet?
We won already.
In US, yeah.
We won, and it's called Festival of Globe,
Right.
where he won the best directors award, and I got the best actors award there in US, which was very good, and it was a brilliant festival. There was about 16-17 films, also Japanese films, Chinese films, and English films as well. So feature films, not short films.
Right.
So our film won the award, so which was really good. So very positive feedback, and we won in India as well in
Excellent,
Mumbai. Cine, what's the name?
Indian Cine Awards.
In Indian Cine Awards in Mumbai as well.
Oh, excellent.
So that was.
There are a
very
few
good.
more film festivals we submitted, so maybe next month.
Hopefully they will be doing
One is in
coming, yeah.
Germany. Let's see. I mean, it's a big competition, and they are great filmmakers.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
So let's see.
Good, very good. So what's next? I mean, again, I think this film is, I mean, it's in distributors' hands for the release and etc. So what are you doing these days? And besides promoting the movie, are you planning for your next movie or
Already planned and script is almost there.
starting shooting?
There are few scripts already there, and we keep on writing.
Jaga's got 100 scripts.
70.
And then stories are there, but around 15 to 18 scripts are ready.
Right.
But time and
Prioritizing which one to take first and how do you go about
we
it?
have one other film. There is a Patiala Punch is ready,
Right.
and but
Is it the one about the drug?
Yeah, that's the one.
and again it is we are going directly to a certain region, Punjab audience, and and the story is related to that region.
But is the language is Punjabi or?
It is in India and Punjabi, but we are directly.
It's set up in London. Is that what?
No, it's set up there only.
Okay. The Punjabi.
Patiala, it comes from Patiala to Melbourne.
Right.
So Patiala is part of Punjab. So so from there and then in Melbourne.
The
So
story
it's
revolves around Patiala and Melbourne.
Melbourne.
Yes.
So, but completely it is for that particular region.
So not even region, I would say particularly for Punjabis.
Punjabis.
And Hindi audience, because Hindi audience like myself as well, we do watch a lot of Punjabi films these days because Punjabi films are doing very
No, I think it's a drug abuse as in a scenario is while it is more prevalent in Punjab, but I think
That's why.
Yeah, and the
Because it's
issue is-
originally that Patiala.
You have seen Urta Punjab, right?
Kind of,
Yeah, something like that.
So it is a pretty popular movie. I mean, it
Yeah,
kind of
yeah.
it does depict a problem in Punjab, but I think
Yeah.
the
But this
audience-
one
This
is
particular script is written in 2007.
before it became so you
It became
before it became a menace, you already wrote the
Yeah.
stories.
That was actually your first feature film, that's what you thought, right?
we thought,
Yeah.
All right, okay.
Yeah, but various reasons and
Yeah.
thought and experience also. We need experience and that 2 hours.
Back then Rishi wasn't there.
And Rishi.
I mean, that would
Yeah, I was not there. I was
you're waiting for it to
Yeah, true. So that also.
we went also like 4 years now almost.
Yeah,
right?
that also reason.
Right.
Because at the time the actors were also quite
They were
challenged. That's
also-
why Ishq forever outwards I am keeping hanging on with him because very hard to get good actors.
I think
Thank you,
So,
Probably,
it's my pleasure, you know.
Finally, Jessica Karim over working that stuff.
So it is my pleasure. You know.
all right, very good guys. Really great meeting up with you, and I think congratulations on your winning the award. Congratulations to you too, Rishi.
Thank you
I think I'm sure you'll have more success coming through as in the group that you're working with. So first of all, I think we'll be kind of eagerly waiting to see the movie hitting either Netflix or whenever it's released in Australia. And we would love to hear from you on your further projects, and let's see where we go from here.
No, we would like to hear from you, the feedback from you.
Absolutely. Once I get to, I probably will have a privilege to watch it by myself, but I think once we get to release it across the audience, I think
Yeah.
we would then pick that up. And I guess I think going by whatever you're saying in terms of the release that it was there at the festivals and all that, it looks pretty good. And I would kind of reserve the right to say about it, but I think once it is released, that's when the intent is for the reach. And the moment it
It's
reaches,
our intention when we start the project is to reach the
For the reach.
people, and we need your help and all Vostar, so followers and audience, and then we need everybody help too.
So we need everyone's support.
Hello everyone, this is Rishi Deepak and you are watching me on All Star. Our film is coming up, Foreign Flame, so see you soon in the cinemas.
Hi friends, this is Jaga Peddi. Thanks for having me on O-Star. My film Foreign Flame is coming in theatre very soon. It is a brilliantly made film in Melbourne. Please do come and watch with us. Thank you very much.
Hi friends, this is Murli Parish and you're watching me on All-Star. Our movie Foreign Flame will be releasing very soon, and the movie has come out really well and I hope everyone would love it. Please do come and watch with us very soon. Thank you so much.